Hello everyone, my name is Salim and welcome to the Markets Breakdown Analysis for Tuesday the 31st of October 2023. We'll be breaking down chart through the exact zones where price will close for potential buys or close below for potential sells as well. So looking at the daily candle for Monday, the daily has been consolidating, more likely will be closing doji bearish. When you drop down to the 4-hour time frame, you can clearly identify that consolidation zone that has been forming within that time frame. Now, this consolidation zone is not really a surprise, especially with the monthly candle coming to a close on Tuesday. Price is expected to range. And now to just a quick review on the monthly actually. It will be interesting to see how this monthly candle closes. In terms of the weekly time frame, despite the weekly candle closing bearish and forming rejection to the upside, we still need a better confirmation on the weekly time frame to see price continuing bearish. Now, we could either, in my opinion, we have two options. It would be good to see this weekly candle to close below this weekly support to have a stronger confirmation for price to continue bearish. Now, when we have clean traffic on the left, yeah, we do have this rejection. We also have this rejection. But if we have a candle closing below this weekly support, then there is a higher probability for price to continue bearish. The other confirmation we could have is maybe the weekly candle retraces, reject this area again, maybe like let's say respect this daily resistance, and then once it breaks its own low, then we can anticipate for price to respect this rejection area, to break below this weekly lows and then continue bearish. Now to break down the chart and drop it down to the 4-hour time frame, and what we can see here is we have the most recent 4-hour support formed around 181.120, the most recent 4-hour resistance formed around 181.580. Zooming in and dropping down to the hourly time frame, now we can adjust level of support at 181.030, the level of resistance to 181.470. Drop it down to the 30-minute time frame, now we have a same level of support and resistance. The only thing I can notice here is we have this 30-minute support, and this is a really small range. So what we're going to do is we're going to adjust this level to 189.70. And then again, we have another range again. So looking at this, we have an 82 pip range, 8 pip range, sorry. Again, what we're going to do is we're going to drop it to 180.890. And I think this is going to be a decent no trade zone, apart from a resistance. Now, here's the thing, okay? So price is ranging within the 4-hour time frame, but within the hourly time frame, I think that could be a decent target for a resistance. Now, ideally is to wait for price to break and close out of this range during high volume time. Now, we might see price breaking above, forming a rejection, retracing, and starts to consolidate. So that's not what we want to do. We want to wait for price to break out of this range during high volume time. And now to look for potential buys, that's above 181.470 or even 500. Potential sells could be below 188.90, below this 1-hour support. And this is going to be the no trade zone. And now to look for potential buys, I'm going back to the daily. So the first thing we can see on the daily is the daily high that was formed on Monday, which is the current weekly high. Zooming in and dropping down to the 4-hour time frame, we have a 4-hour resistance formed around 181.780, dropping down to the hourly time frame. Now we have an hourly resistance around 181.860. Looking at the 5-minute time frame, that's the same level of resistance. But what's interesting here actually is we have this 30-minute resistance, and what I can see is, so we have a 4-hour resistance at 181.780. We also have a 30-minute resistance at this level. So I would say, since the daily is rangy, I would say the first target for buys could potentially be this 4-hour resistance around 181.780. The second target for buys, now again we have this daily resistance around 182.520, dropping down to the 4-hour time frame, again the same level of resistance, dropping down to the hourly. On the hourly, we have this hourly resistance around 182.090, almost 182.100. And then on the 5-minute time frame, we have this 30-minute resistance around 182.140. I would say the second target for buys could potentially be 182.140, targeting this 5-minute resistance. And now to look for potential sells, and going back to the daily. So the first thing, actually, let's have a look on the monthly. Yeah, this is just a retracement. So the first thing we can see on a weekly actually is this weekly support around 180,500. Drop it down to the daily, we have a daily support around 180, 140. Looking at the 4-hour time frame and looking on the left, what do we see? We have this messy range, but then we also have this previous 4-hour resistance on the left. Now, here's the thing, obviously, the anticipation is to see high volume to break below those levels. Now, I know these levels are messy on a 4-hour time frame, but then within the daily time frame, if price break and close out of this range, now the anticipation is to see price tapping into this daily support. I'd say the first target for sells, let's have a look actually, because that is a big range. So let's have a look. So we have this previous 4-hour resistance. We can just adjust it a little bit, see how we can, yeah, what we could do, we could have the first target for sells at 180 to 100, targeting this previous 4-hour resistance, which also almost matches with this daily support. The second target for sells, now let's have a look again on the weekly. The weekly, we're approaching a rejection area. Dropping down to the daily time frame, zooming in, let's have a look. Okay, so let's have a look on the 4-hour time frame within the recent price action. We have clean traffic on the left, but what I can see here is we have this previous 4-hour support on the left around 179,770. Looking at the hourly time frame, again, clean traffic on the left. So what we can do here, since we have clean traffic on the left, we could always look at those price actions. So I'd say the second target for sales could potentially be 179,770, targeting this previous 4-hour support formed on the 20th of July 2023.
Dominion Markets, your trading sanctuary.